Alright guys, YouTubers, today I'm gonna show you how to adjust one of these that are not supposed to be adjusted. Mine normally has a sticker right over here. The problem is that you can only get a maximum of 10 CFH out of it no matter where this knob is, which means that this isn't adjusted properly inside. So I'm going to show you how to fix that, guys. Here's the tools and things that you'll need. You'll need a 4mm Allen wrench or another Allen wrench set. At least mine was 4mm. You need a 16mm socket, a 13mm socket, and a 3/8 drive ratchet. You need a 250mm adjustable wrench or something like that. And you'll need an 8mm 125 nut, and you'll need a 8mm 125 bolt, 35mm long. You could probably get away with a 30mm or something close to that, but this is what I used in order to fix it. So with that being said, I'm going to explain why I had to do it and what's going on. You guys know that I've been dealing with my little Harbor Freight welder here for a while. This little thing, going to be welding up some metal and stuff. But we ran into a problem. We kept getting some really crappy welds as if we weren't using any gas at all. And it came down to this cheap Chinese flow regulator. And let me go ahead and show you. Let me turn this on. And then this was all the way maxed out. And here's our gun. So when we were pushing it, we were only getting like 10. That's it. And that's with the regulator all the way up. So we were like, what the heck? So what we found out is we pulled this sticker off, and this is where a normal regulator would go. And we found this little set screw in here. So we took the set screw, and normally you have to screw the knob in. So what we did, go ahead and hit the gun for me. So what we did is we started screwing in this, and it finally went up to where it should go. To where we could get maxed out at 25. I just didn't go all the way. But the problem is that the screw goes all the way down inside here to where it's almost ready to fall out. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get a regular bolt, stick it on there, and then have a little little lock nut there so we can adjust it. And then you'll be able to use your real regulator knob over here to adjust it from 25 down to where you need it. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and take this portion of it apart, and I'm going to show you what's on the inside and how it works. Alright, before we get started on opening this up, you have to really make sure that this knob is off, because you can see there's 1500 psi there, and if you pull this cap off, that full force of that 1500 psi comes right out here and pops this cap off, and then you don't want to be in the way of that. So make sure it's off. 100%. Boom, boom, it's off. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to bleed the line down till it's all dead. All right, now we can go and remove the regulator edge right here, and I'm going to show you what's on the inside. All right, what you're going to need is you're going to need a big crescent wrench here, and you're going to have to support this while you're unlocking this or unscrewing it counterclockwise, because the only thing that's holding this on there is that little brass tube right there. You go cranking on this without supporting this, and theoretically you could snap that off right there and, you know, break that. So support this and get your crescent wrench. And I got my crescent wrench here, and stick it on there and just turn this around. I've already broke it loose, so it shouldn't be a big issue. Watch your knob here too when you're doing it. So let me get this off and show you what's inside. All right, here we go. Getting a little closer. Oh, sorry about whacking the camera there. Bingo. There you go. All right, you got this little plunger in here. Then you have your diaphragm right here, which you'll need to take out. Whoop. All right, here's your main tension spring. Here's your diaphragm, and then inside here you've got a little spacer. There we go. And then you have your washer. Let me get that out. Alright, and that washer comes out, and then you have your little Allen set screw that just wiggles in there, and you can see that it is almost completely out. Almost. So let's go ahead and screw that the rest of the way out. Alright, there we go. And there's a sticker over here. It said Gen Yi. which was a GINGY something I think. So anyways, that's what it's actually the part that screws in, and it hits this washer right here. And this washer was down this way. This is where it was really hitting, and we turned it around. I guess you could put a big thick spacer in there if you wanted to, so to hit on this thing right here. Actually it's right here like this. There we go. And this goes on top like that, and then this would this goes over that, and then this goes in here. Okay, so what we did is we went ahead and turned this around so that we had a higher depth than that. I would prefer to use this side so that it's a little more self-centering. So anyways, this is the main diaphragm piece here. Let's go back over the gauge. The air is behind this valve right here, and when you push on this from the little diaphragm and the springy thing, listen to me, that opens that up and it allows gas to come out this hole and go into this hole up here through there and then out the bottom. So let me get this off for you too. I'm going to show you that. This is a 16 millimeter right here that gets this off. Okay, don't forget to support your bottom side when you do this so you don't snap it off your actual bottle there. And you just take that like that. There we go. Oops, sorry. Alright, there we go. There you go, and that's where the gas comes in right there. And it goes past this spring here. And then from the spring, it goes to this plunger. And that plunger, you know, goes in this round hole, and there's flat spots on it that actually the gas can go through those flat spots there. And then once they get past that, they go through that hole. So, and then that's when it comes out, obviously, and goes into this area and goes down that little hole there and through the whole system down here. So you got two springs in there. You got the minor one that just holds the valve closed, and then you have the major one that's actually adjustable by the amount of pressure you put on this to adjust the actual flow itself. And then this is your jet for it, I guess you could say. And there's a raised area on the bottom with a flat spot, and that flat spot rests on that little rubber grommet in there. So if you have one that's leaking, check that rubber grommet in there. And that's pretty much it. That's the whole kit and caboodle right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go buy a bolt that's longer, about, oh, say this much longer, and then we're going to buy a nut. We're going to round the end off, and it's going to replace it and go in here. And the nut will make it so that you can lock it down and keep the pressure you want. So we're going to head off to the store and go get that. When I get done, I'll show all this to you. All right. We went down to the Lowe's store, hardware store, and we picked up a couple items. And we picked up this bolt and this nut. And they're going to replace this set screw right here, or kind of adjustment screw. So we picked up a hex nut. It's 8 millimeter times 125 thread pitch times 35 millimeters long, and then just the regular corresponding nut, the 8 millimeter 125 pitch. And we'll just put those in there, and the nuts to lock this in place, and I'll show that to you. And then, so anyway, so we're going to put our spacer in, we're going to put our cap in, our tension spring, our diaphragm, and then our gas valve right here with the plunger spring. So let's get this all together and I'll show it to you. Alright, first thing we're going to do is we're going to stuff our valve inside the valve seat, put our spring on it, and then we're going to walk over to the regulator and we're going to stick it in this hole right here and screw it down. And once you get that in there, snug that up real good while you support this so that you don't snap it off over here or here. And just get your 16 millimeter socket and get it turned in. Alright, once you get it turned in real good, give it a little bit of a reef. I'm going to need 2 hands because I'm going to support my, my regulator here. So hold on. Okay, I snugged that down really good. It's just pot metal, so be careful, don't get it too tight. Alright, then we're going to go ahead and we're going to come over here. We're going to take our screw and our nut, we're going to put it in until it reaches the bottom of the regulator cap. So let's get this stuff in. We're going to need this and this. And you stick this in here, like that. And you put your washer on here and set it in there. And set it in there, down in there like that. And then you put your diaphragm on it. This part goes inside and this part goes towards the spring right there. So let's put that in there. Alright, so we'll put that in there. Squish that all the way down. Sorry about the wind. And we take this, whoop, almost dropped it, and it goes on here. And let me tighten that down real good. Alright, after you get that tighten as far as you can with your hand, then use your wrench. Make sure you support your gauge and give it a little reef. Okay, I got it all tightened up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and screw this in until we get just a little bit of tension on it. We're going to turn our gas on all the way. We're going to turn our flow meter up all the way. And then we're going to adjust this until the meter reaches 25, which is the max this is supposed to read. Okay, I went ahead and screwed this in with my 13mm and ratchet until, of course you have to activate your gun, until I read 25 right there. So that's the max. So now you can use this knob to adjust it where you need it now. So let's do that. Alright, go ahead and activate the trigger. I got a helper. Then we're going to take this and we're going to turn this in until we reduce it down to where we need to be. There we go. Now we have a fully adjustable flow meter like we're supposed to. Thanks guys, I hope you appreciate that. I know I was having some serious troubles with it, trying to figure out how to get my flow meter to work properly. And now you guys know how to do it by yourself. Oh, one more thing. Take this, now that you have it where you need it, and use a 13mm wrench and another 13mm and lock this down. If you ever need to adjust it again, we'll just loosen it up and adjust this. You could probably use a smaller nut, but I wanted to have plenty of throw right here to play with if I needed it. So anyways, I hope this helps you guys. I certainly hope it's going to help me with my welding problems here. And please give me a thumbs up if you learned something from it and if you benefited from this video. And by all means, subscribe if you want to see some more videos and stuff on my channel. You know, they'll send you little bleeps and when I get things out. My channel does all kinds of things: cars, electronics, soon to be welding on my little welder here, and just all kinds of stuff. It's thanks for watching, and God bless y'all. Keep none you out. Bye.